Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Ask Julie Ryan Show. I'm Julie, your host, and I'm so delighted you could join us this week. My intention in doing this show is to provide information, insight, and comfort to people all over the world by helping to answer life's unanswerable questions. We got a whole bunch of callers on hold, and it's always fun to see what their questions are and see what Spirit has to say. I was chit-chatting with them before we started the show, and I said, I always think of this as every Thursday night, it's like a crapshoot. I never know who's going to call. I never know what their questions are going to be. And that's what makes it so fun. So let's go right to the phones. And our first caller is Deanna. Hi, Deanna.
Well, hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm from Santan Valley, Arizona.
You got a question for me?
A 19-month-old grandson, Jasper, is scheduled to have pacemaker surgery on the February 28th. So this is the third time it's been scheduled, and every time he gets it scheduled the week before, he gets sick. So we, of course, would like a healing on him. That would be wonderful. But we're also kind of wondering why he's getting sick every time the surgery date gets close. Is it because the surgery is not necessary? Where is he on a spiritual level? Is he doing this because he is such a young child?
Wow, interesting, isn't it? It's the third time that it's been rescheduled?
Third time he's scheduled. He was scheduled in January, and now.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Well, let me get him on my radar, and then we'll see what's happening. We'll see what's going on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to connect to you, Deanna, and from you to Jasper. And the way this works is I raise my vibrational level to the level of spirit, because we're all spirits attached to a body having a human experience. And when we're attached to a body, we vibrate more slowly simply because the body has mass. So I'm going to close my eyes for a nanosecond, watch a laser beam, head to you in Arizona, and then it'll go from you to Jasper. And then I'm going to ask his permission if I can scan him. And if he says, yes, I will. And if he says, no, I won't, but all is not lost because we can talk to him and get some information from him. So we'll do it that way. So here we go. The reason I do that, by the way, Deanna, is because I believe that scanning somebody without their permission is a violation of their privacy. And I just don't think it's right. I don't feel good about it. So I always ask permission if it's a third party that's asking me to scan somebody. And if they say yes, I will. If they say no, it's okay. Sometimes when we're talking to them, they'll say, okay, you can scan me. But it's pretty funny. And it's usually kids that tell me no. So just telling you up front, it's usually little kids. But let's see what we can do. All right, here we go. Here comes my laser beam from Sweet Home, Alabama. Heading to you in Arizona. All right, got Jasper. Jasper, I'm talking to your grandmother. She wants me to scan you. Is that okay? He said, not really. Okay. I warned you. All right, so let's just talk to a spirit. Jasper, why are you getting sick right before you're supposed to have the pacemaker put in? Because I don't want to go through the procedure. Okay. Why don't you want to go through the procedure? He's telling me it's too scary, Deanna. All right. Is it necessary? Is it going to help you feel better? He's saying not really. Okay. Let me see if I can get some more information from him, from Jasper. So Jasper, is it in your best interest to have the pacemaker put in? I get a yes. Is it in your best interest to have the pacemaker put in at the end of February? Not really. I don't know, Deanna, what else to tell you. It sounds like it is a good idea, but perhaps it's just not the right time. And that's why he keeps getting sick. So I don't know that that's much help, but I'd love to have an appointment with him and do a deep dive sometime. Maybe you can schedule that at some point. Okay, let's go back to the phones, and our next caller is Anna. Hi, Anna.
Hi, Julie.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you. I'm calling from Costa Rica, Central America.
Okay. Terrific. All right, you got a quick question for me?
Yes, I do. I am calling on behalf of my friend Isabel, who was diagnosed about a month ago with lung cancer. The main cancer is in her right lung, and she has some like small metastases on her left lung.
Huh. Okay. All right. Well, let me see if what I'm going to do. Where is she, Anna?
She's here in Costa Rica.
Okay. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to connect into you and from you to your friend Isabel, and then we'll go from there. All right. So here we go. Here comes my laser beam from Sweet Home, Alabama, heading south. All right. Got you. Going to Isabel. Isabel, I'm talking to your friend Anna. Is it okay if I scan you? She's saying certainly. All right, good. So I'm going in there. All right, lung cancer. Yeah. Lung cancer to me, Anna, looks like black asphalt that's used to pave a road when they're repaving a road or paving a road for the first time, and it's sticky. It reminds me of hot tar. So what I'm doing is I'm encircling it and removing it out of her lung, and then we'll do a DNA healing on her, which is I'm watching 7 strands of DNA come out of an X chromosome. DNA is the recipe that tells the cells how to behave, and it's comprised of 4 nucleic acids. They're represented by 4 letters, A, T, C, G. And one strand can have 100,000 letters, can have 1 billion letters. I'm watching those letters get resequenced, get rearranged, if you will. When the strand is reconfigured, it snaps back into the X chromosome. Strands of DNA look like pieces of paper that you see inside a fortune cookie with a fortune written on them. And these analogies that I get in my mind's eye are just to give us a frame of reference for this energy healing woo-woo stuff that we're doing. Because if we can envision it, even if we're doing it for a friend, Anna, it helps the healing integrate into her body. And the bottom line is the healing's done on the energetic level, all these healings, and it's the person to whom the healing's being sent. It's their prerogative to utilize the healing or not. Their spirit decides whether to integrate it or not. So that's what I'm watching happen. I'm doing a lymph cleanse really fast too on her. So imagine there's a vertical oval that's a tube, and all her lymph fluid's gone in there, and it's spinning really fast inside the tube. There's a hole that's opened at the bottom of each foot, and any kind of cancer cells or impurities are coming out the bottom of her feet. So it's kind of like a reverse osmosis healing that emulates what they do to drinking water to purify it. You know, they'll say reverse osmosis purified. That's what we're doing. So got that going. The good news, Anna, is that her spirit's in her body. So she's not dying at the moment. So I hope that helps and wish her all the best. Thanks for calling.
Julie, I really love you. Thank you very much.
Okay. Bye-bye. Okay, let's go to let's see who's next. Let's go to Miss Patty next. Hi, Patty.
Hello, Julie. How are you? I hope you're doing well.
Doing great. Please tell everybody where you're located.
I'm calling from Queens, New York.
Queens. Got a question for me, girl?
Yes. When we did that beautiful slumber party, when I talked about my mother's breast, you said right away the spirit went right to her right breast first, and then she took a mammogram and a sonogram like a few days later, and what they found is that high probability of malignancy, but they can't confirm it until they have a biopsy. But you're correct about the right breast, about that that you saw something, because what they did the mammogram, then they did the sonogram,
Mm-hmm.
and then then they had to do the mammogram again on the right breast. But the left
Mm-hmm.
breast does see something,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't look like there's veins in there. So I think the clearing you did at the slumber party, I think it helped a lot.
Great. Great. What Patty's talking about, you guys, is on the fourth Tuesday of the month, we're doing Ask Julie Ryan Live. And it's really fun, isn't it, Patty? And you come in your
Yeah.
jammies, and it's a Zoom call, and we all have a blast. And I scan people, and we talk to deceased loved ones and scan pets and do the whole buffet of psychicness thing. But we all work together, and it's really relaxed. There are no commercials. It's really fun. So, well, Patty, I will be eager to hear how she does. So, thanks for the update.
She's going to see the breast surgeon on Valentine's Day. So hopefully,
Okay.
can you scan her quickly to see if she's still in her body?
Oh yeah, absolutely. She's what, 90 or 91, Patty?
90.
Yeah. Yeah, she's in her body. Yeah. She's very uh solidly in her body. Sometimes when people are getting ready to start into the 12 phases of transition because they're getting ready to plan their exit, they kind of bop in and out like whack-a-mole. Their spirit kind of comes in and out of the top of their head. I'm not seeing that with your mom. Your mom's very firmly implanted in her body.
Do
I can.
you think that the scan you did really helped her? Because I'm hoping, because I didn't see anything, because I was able to see the sonogram as it was being done.
Great.
I left
Wonderful. Yeah. Wonderful. Wonderful. Yeah, the energy went to the right breast is what you're telling me. I don't remember, but
Yes, you did.
yeah. Okay. All right. So it sounds like the right breast is going to be more of an issue. Okay. Well, let us know what happens. We'll keep her in our prayers.
I will.
Thanks, Patty.
Thank you.
Bye. We do this show every Thursday night at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, and 5 Pacific. The call-in number is 667-770-1476, and the access code is 483-620-pound. Now, this information is available on my website, AskJulieRyan.com, and in the show notes anywhere you download podcasts. We're on all the networks. We're on Alexa. We're on YouTube as well. If you subscribe, remember to subscribe and leave a review at ratethispodcast.com/Julie, anywhere you download podcasts or on YouTube, and follow me on Instagram, and you will be entered into a drawing for a free session with me. I give a free session away the first Thursday of every month. So you'll be entered into a drawing. And it's valued at $200. It's really fun. We have an hour and we get to talk about whatever you want to discuss. And I love it when I get you for a whole hour. All right. Call-in details can also be found on all my social media channels. Everything's at Ask Julie Ryan. While you're on my website, AskJulieRyan.com, be sure to sign up for my weekly newsletter. It's a question somebody has submitted online along with my answer. And while you're there, you can also schedule an appointment with me. And that'll be fun. And you can find information about my trainings there. I have spots left for June. April's fall. I teach it once a quarter. April's fall, but I also have an online self-paced training, Angels and Enlightenment training that you can do on your own. And both of them have practice groups, which are really important because that's when your skills really ramp up. So everything you need to know is at AskJulieRyan.com. Alrighty. The question this week is from Paige, and Paige lives in Baxter, Minnesota. And she said, "Hi, Julie, longtime listener here, reaching out from snowy Minnesota. I love listening to your podcast and would appreciate your insight. I'm struggling at my current job and no longer feel like a vibrational match for the work I do. I feel stuck. I know that I can go out and find an alternative career to make money, but at this point, I'm truly looking for something that brings me fulfillment and joy rather than just a paycheck. I'm currently working for a real estate agency doing things such as marketing and agent training. along with a bunch of miscellaneous tasks. I've been doing my best to stay positive and be open to new opportunities, but nothing has quite piqued my curiosity. My gut tells me it's in my best interest to leave my current position at this agency. She does listen to my show because I always say to ask Spirit, preface it with, is it in my best interest to ... finish the sentence. She went on to say, would you or my guides have any advice for me in this instance? Thank you and much love. Paige. So here's my response. Hi, Paige. Thanks for your kind comments and for listening to my show. If you were a trust fund baby and you had more money than you could ever spend in a lifetime, wouldn't that be fun to try that out? What would you do for fun? Would you travel, start some type of philanthropy, or become a champion rock climber? The first thoughts that enter your mind will be a clue from Spirit. And I put in parentheses, God, your spirit guides, angels, deceased loved ones, etc., for how to proceed. Every day, we humans receive lots of spiritual guidance in the form of thoughts. Some thoughts feel bad or don't make sense to us, while others feel neutral or good. Thoughts that feel good are called intuition and are ideas/guidance from Spirit. Most intuitive thoughts go unheeded. We think them, and then we either just let them go, intending to address them later, or we immediately think of why we can't act on them. For example, say you get a thought to visit Rome, and you immediately think of all the reasons why you can't go. You don't speak Italian. You don't know anybody in Rome. You don't have the money to pay for a plane ticket, hotel, and meals, and you don't have anybody to go with you. You get the idea. When we get an idea of something that we want, we immediately go into why it's not going to happen because we immediately go into fear. So that's what most of us do. So I went on to say, to help you manifest your new career, pay attention to what interests and excites you. What do you want to learn more about? Then take a step in the direction of your interest. It may be as simple as visiting a website, reading a book, watching a YouTube video on this subject. Any of those are a step in the right direction. You'll be led to the next step and the one after that, and so on. Trust everything is unfolding perfectly in the most optimal way and time. Expect the people and circumstances to show up right when you need them, and they will. Stay focused on what you want, not how you'll get it. When we allow, our wishes can materialize in sometimes magical ways. When we try to control how or when something can or will happen, we block experiences that can be even better than what we'd imagined. Pablo Picasso said, inspiration exists, but it has to find you working. I agree. The most important part of creating anything, including an amazing career for yourself, is to take action. Follow your interests and be open to where your journey leads you. P.S. Stay at your current job until you have another source of income to take its place. So, Paige, that's advice from the spirits and beyond. That's my son Jonathan used to call woo-woo. He'd say, Mommy, talk to the spirits and beyond. So that's advice from the spirits and beyond, and a lot of me in there too, because been doing this job thing for a long time. So I hope that helps. All righty, let's go back to the phones and let's see who our next caller is. Looks like it's Ellen. Hi, Ellen.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm calling from Niles, Michigan.
Oh, great.
I was
Wonderful.
wondering, what is the name of my guardian angel?
The first name that came in, Ellen, was Sebastian.
Okay.
Sebastion, Sebastian. Yeah. So remember, angels don't have a gender. Angels are just energy. All spirits are just energy, but it's okay to think of Sebastian. We think of that as a male name, and it's okay to think of Sebastian, your guardian angel, as a male. All right? And spirit guides and other spirits, because it helps us understand talking with spirits. It makes it easier for our human minds to be able to register doing that. Yeah. So
very much.
Another quick thing about angels, two things. Number one, our guardian angels stay with us throughout all of our lifetimes, and when we're in heaven in between lifetimes, which I think is way cool. That's number one. And number two, angels and spirit guides and all the rest are there to help us. They're not going to interfere, but if we ask them for advice or help, they will intercede on our behalf because
Wonderful.
they, in the spirit world, Ellen, everything is unfolding perfectly in their high perspective. I mean, we see things as right or wrong, good or bad. In the spirit world, everything's just neutral. It's just an experience. So they're not going to intervene because they think everything's unfolding perfectly from their vantage point. But when we want their help, all you have to do is ask. Like, start practicing, ask for a parking space in front of the building you're going into and play with that. You'll be amazed at how well that works.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for calling. All righty, let's go to Sylvia next. Hi, Sylvia.
Hi, this is Sylvia. What a surprise.
Where are you located?
I'm located in Lawton, Oklahoma.
Oh, yeah, I know where that is.
Can you hear me? Because
Yeah.
you said unmuted, and I didn't know if I was muted.
Nope, you're good. You're good. You got a question?
I'm from Houston, Texas, but I've been in Lawton, Oklahoma for a long time.
Wonderful.
Yes, my porch cat that I shared with should I not put this on speakerphone? This is the first time I've done this.
Yes, take me off speaker, please, and just hold the phone up to your mouth and your ear.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Okay.
Thanks.
I'm still learning. Anyway, This is my porch cat that was like an angel to me. She disappeared around 5 days ago, and me and my neighbor shared her. My neighbor had her first, and then she always came to me when I got off work or when after I retired. She was always there in the evening. So I just want to know if she had transitioned over or if she's still somewhere, if she's sick and she's hiding. Her name is Mystic. My neighbor named her, and we shared her, and she had a strong bond with me. And I felt guilty because I feel like it was my fault that she ran away. But anyway, I needed to know if she is still in this realm or did she go to a portal, because I prayed that she wouldn't be cold because it was, freezing that night. And I wondered maybe if cats go through portals and come back, or if she's in somebody's house, or if she's just trying to heal.
Is she a feral cat, Sylvia?
A rat that was poisoned. Sorry.
Is she a feral cat, or is she a house a pet cat?
She's not a feral cat. She's an indoor, outdoor house cat.
Okay. All right. I get that she's still alive, and I get that you will see her again. I get that she'll come back.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I have been grieving over her so much.
No.
I'm feeling really guilty.
No, I get that you'll see her again. And I would leave some food out for her. And I think she'll come back. And that's what I'm getting at this moment in time, Sylvia. That could be different tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, because future events are always fluid. So all I can do is give you what I'm getting at this moment in time, and I'm getting she's still alive and you'll see her again. So I hope that helps.
She's not, I was praying that she's not in pain or she's not suffering. Is somebody taking care of her?
I get that she's not in pain, and I get you'll see her again. So let us know when she comes back.
Okay.
Thanks for calling. All righty, let's go to Robert next. Hi, Robert.
Hi, Julie. Thanks for taking my call.
You're welcome. Please tell everybody where you're located.
Well, my number is originally a New York number, but I'm living in Florida now.
Okay. Well, terrific. Got a question for me? Welcome.
Yes, thank you. So I just had like a wellness check. I'm retired and not, working full time anymore. I'm semi-retired, so I work, occasionally. But I'm my results from the wellness check, they did a blood test and a sonogram, and the last few blood tests that I've had over the years that I've been in Florida, which is a little over 3 years, my white blood cell count has been elevated, and it still is. And so one of the things that sort of goes along with that symptom-wise is like a fatiguing, aches and pains, and I have on and off been experiencing that a lot. Whenever I, exert myself, I have a lot of trouble, recovering physically from any, work that I do.
Okay, so what are your doctors saying?
I'm not particularly doctor oriented.
Okay.
Because the rest of my test results were basically good. So, the only two things on here that were, not particularly normal was the white blood cell count was elevated and my triglycerides were a little high. But other than that, every single marker was well within the normal range beyond those two things.
Okay, so other than fatigue, you're feeling okay, Robert?
I've been on and off having what do you call it? A shingles-like episodes. Lots of itching, that kind of thing. And that's been the thing that's been plaguing me for a little while. Can't seem to get past it.
Okay, that makes sense to me because while you were talking, I got you on my radar just to save time, and I was zapping on some viral stuff in your body, and I love doing this. This is one of my favorite healings because it makes me feel like Princess Leia and I have a lightsaber. Because I have a laser and I go back and forth on your body in the front and the hologram that's you in my mind's eye, and then I do it in the back, and the viruses look like little worms. Did you ever look under a microscope at pond water, maybe in grade school science class or something, and you bring in pond water and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe there's all that stuff squiggling around in there. That's what these look like. And so I laser them, and then what it does is it evaporates the insides of the virus, these wormy looking things, and then it leaves all the carcasses. And so I suck those out of the top of your head. These visions that come in my head are just to represent, they're a metaphor for what's happening energetically, but it works. So that's what I'm seeing right now. I was getting it was a viral thing that's in your system. I would really ramp up on the vitamin C and zinc and be sure you have D3 and K2 as well, Robert. But 1,000 milligrams of C.
All those things, and I'm taking pretty high doses of everything you just mentioned.
Okay. So I would do 1,000 milligrams of a buffered C. I like ester C because it's easier on your stomach, and 50 of zinc. And I would do that 3 times a day for the short run. And that's really going to help your system. The other thing you may want to do is the gut biome test. You may have heard me talk about that. And that's a fancy name for a poop test. You do it at home. You don't need a doctor's orders. And if you want to get a link to the poop test, it's a little bit of a discount. Just go to my website, AskJulieRyan.com, click on the Ask Julie button and just say, hey, I'd like a copy, or I'd like a link to the gut biome test, and we'll send it to you. Anybody listening, you want a link to the gut biome test, just AskJulieRyan.com, click on the Ask Julie button, and we'll send you a link. I think that would make sense too, Robert, because food is the best medicine. And let's see what your superfoods are that you can incorporate into your diet to help you heal. So I hope that helps you feel better.
It does. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thanks for calling. All righty, let's go to Catherine next. Hi, Catherine.
Hi, Julie. I'm calling from Salt Lake City. Thank you for taking my call.
You are most welcome. I hear you have snow in the mountains up there. I talked
Oh,
to
yes.
somebody from there this morning.
You what?
I talked to somebody from Salt Lake this morning. I had a
Oh, cool.
client
Yeah.
call with somebody from Salt Lake this morning, so it was fun. Yeah. Well, welcome. You got a question for me?
Yes. I have a cataract in my left eye, and I'm hoping you could work with it, maybe to dissolve it.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. All right. So what's happening is I'm connecting from me here in Sweet Home, Alabama to you in Salt Lake. Got you. Shooting energy through you, going to your left eye. I'm looking at a hologram of you, Catherine, from behind. So I'm going in your left eye from behind and I'm watching the cataract get removed. And then I'm watching a new lens get put in. It looks like what they use in surgery called an intraocular lens, and it just looks like a contact lens, and it's getting put in, and then there's one little stitch on the outer corner of that left eye, and then what I'm doing, so your right eye looks like it's starting to develop one. Let's just go ahead and do that one while I got you on my radar. Let's just do
Oh,
both of them.
thank you. You're such a
Yeah.
sweetheart. Thank you.
Well, we can't have you lopsided. We gotta have good vision in both eyes here, girl. All right, so that lens has come out, the new ones come in, one little stitch on the side, and then when I watch Catherine, it's so funny with eyes, whenever there's a healing on eyes, I watch them get leveled, kinda like what a construction guy will use, one of those levelers that's a bubble, and they'll put it on a 2x4 to be sure that it's level. And I
Yeah.
watched that so that your eyes are level, so that one's not tilted up a little bit more than the other, but they're level. So I'm looking out through both of them. All right, the right one's being adjusted a little. All right, there you go. Hopefully that helps. Are you thinking about getting the cataract surgery?
I was supposed to have it today,
Oh,
and my brother was my ride, but he got COVID,
oh,
so it got canceled. Well, it's postponed till the middle of March.
okay.
And I thought, you know what? I'm going to get on the call tonight with Julie, and I get the sense that we can fix it naturally, and I wouldn't have to have surgery.
Well, listen, the healing's already happened on the energetic level, so the surgery is gonna be such a breeze. You'll probably be in the operating room less than 10 minutes. I mean, 15
Okay.
max. It goes so fast, and they've done just kabillions of those surgeries. I used to be in them back in the day when I was in that industry, and it's just a breeze. Just don't even hesitate for a nanosecond. Just go get it done. You're gonna be so thrilled. You'll be so
Okay,
thrilled.
good.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for calling. Let us know how it goes.
All right, Julie.
All
Thank
right.
you.
You bet. Take care. Bye-bye. Let's go to Mary next. Hi, Mary.
Hello?
How you doing?
Hi, good. I'm fine.
Terrific. Where are you located?
I am located in Fairfax, Virginia.
Okay, terrific. Well, you got a question for me?
I do. My mom passed away in December.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She was 100 years old.
Oh,
It seemed like she was really hanging on for a long time. And I'm just wondering if there was something that we might have missed or something like that. I was with her when she passed, but it, I just was wondering if there was anything that you could tell me.
she is saying that she stuck around to let you guys get used to the idea of her not being around. That's
Okay.
exactly what came in when you were telling me that she had just passed. I'm thinking, okay, well, she was around a long time. God love her.
Yeah.
She's saying she wanted you guys to get used to the idea of her not being around. Does that
Okay.
make sense to you?
It does for
Okay.
other family members, not necessarily myself. I was ready to let her go, but there were a couple other family members I think that were not.
Yeah. So she was doing
Okay.
that for them. As you probably have heard, Mary, we all decide when we go, where we go, how we go, who's with us or not when we go. So there really isn't anything that anybody can do to prolong somebody else's life in any circumstance. We think we can, but we can't because our spirit decides that. So, have you read my book, Angelic Attendants, yet?
I have it, and I'm in the process of reading it. I have not finished it yet.
Good, good. I hope that it brings you some comfort, and I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, and she had a caregiver, and the caregiver said she's making this odd motion, and it was almost, she said, I think she's petting a dog.
Yeah.
And I went, oh, yeah, I bet she is. And
I bet she is too.
You talking about that. And she also talked about, seeing people. So I was in tune to all of it. I think other people weren't, but.
Well, most people think that grandma's hallucinating, and they're not. They actually can see spirits and deceased pets. The spirits are going to be people that, and the stories are just, they're so heartwarming. There's one story I heard about a guy whose mother died when he was 5, and he was 95 at the end of his life when he was dying. She was in the room and he could smell her perfume. And he said he hadn't smelled that perfume since he was 5, but he remembered it 90 years later. So, yeah. And there is university-based research that shows that 90% of people at the end of their lives see the spirits of deceased loved ones and pets in the last days. So, how wonderful you were able to do that. Well, I hope you enjoyed the book, and I hope it comforts you. And rest assured, she's around you. You just think of her. She comes right in. Then you can talk to her. Okay. Thanks, Mary. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Let's go to Patty next. Hi, Patty.
Hi, Julie. I'm so happy to talk to you.
Thank you. You as well. Where are you?
I'm in Queens, New York.
Oh my gosh, another Patty from Queens. How funny is that?
Queens now.
Oh my gosh.
I'm calling about my mother.
Okay. What's going on with your mom?
And she's not doing well. My brother passed away suddenly, unexpected in the end of June.
I'm sorry.
And since then, she's really going downhill.
Mm-hmm.
So I was wondering, she keeps talking about passing. She wants to go.
Mm-hmm.
And if she wants to go, I want her to go. I want to be happy. She seems like she's suffering a lot.
Yeah.
But I don't know if she's physically really ready. She always keeps having different issues. She had her legs all blown up, and she had cellulitis, and doctor says now it's circulation or something. She has an infection in it, and she says her stomach's blown up, and so she's just not good for quite a long time.
I'm sorry. How young is she, Patty?
92.
Oh, God love her. And it's okay when they say, I'm ready to go. We don't want them to go, but they've done what they came to do. And it's okay.
I
think
want her to go if she'll be happy. I don't
Yeah. Yeah. Well, do you want me to scan her and see if she's in any of the phases of transition?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. I'm going to connect to you, Patty, and then from you to your mama. What's her name?
Eileen.
Eileen. All right. Got you. Going to Eileen. She's in phase 7 of 12, Patty. So the 12 phases of transition. Have you read my book, Angelic Attendants, yet?
Yes. Well, no, I didn't read that, but I looked on your website.
Okay. All right. 12 phases of transition, for those of you that don't know what Patty and I are talking about, it's a sequence of events that happens at the end of life. Everybody goes through it, whether they die, Patty, instantly, like in the case of a homicide or suicide, or whether they die over a prolonged period of time, days, weeks, months, even years. And it's a configuration of angels and deceased loved ones and the spirits of deceased pets that surround us. So anybody that wants to see that chart, just go to AskJulieRyan.com, click on the 12 phases of transition tab. And there's a chart there that is a free download. You can download it. Patty, you may want to download it and save it on your phone. Because, yeah. Do that. And then all you have to do is just ask, what phase of transition is my mom in? And you'll hear a number in your head instantly. And then you can refer to the transition chart and you'll know where she is. And then there are 3 questions I always ask everybody when they're in the phases of transition, Patty. So the first one is, Eileen, are you ready to go? Yes. She's saying yes, more than ready. Are you in pain? Yes. She's saying worse at times than other times. She's able to sleep. She's saying when she sleeps, it helps. Kind of gets her,
Right.
Out of the pain some. And what do you need? She's saying hospice. Do you have hospice involved yet?
The doctor said it's just that she's not ready for that, and she just has circulation issues with her legs.
Yeah, well,
There's an infection in it now also that they're talking about surgery, but she'll never do that.
So I would call around, Patty, call some hospice agencies and talk to them. She's in phase 7 of transition. I mean, the doctors, they're all just programmed to try and help people heal, which is great. But, it comes a time. One of my favorite books about this is called Death is But a Dream by Chris Kerr, MD, PhD. And he calls end-of-life care an assembly line of the absurd. You're going to do surgery on a 92-year-old who wants to go? For what?
No, yeah.
Why?
No, I know.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
So I would get his,
and everything.
call some agencies, call a couple hospice agencies, tell them that you want to meet with them, tell them that you believe that your mom is getting near the end. Most people think that hospice is only for the last few days of life. It can be for 6 months as your mom is winding down, and it will help you with care. It's going to help you with financing her care.
Right.
And it's crazy that people don't call in hospice sooner. And if she's still around, she can go off and she can go back on.
I know. Yeah. It's just so sad because, like I said, since my brother passed, she just wants to go. It's all she talks about. She says, pray that I go. Ask them to take me. It's just heartbreaking,
Yeah.
So
Well,
I hope she will go when she.
Yeah. And what we were just talking about with Mary, the caller before you, when her mom, was seeing spirits and all of that, there's a really good chance that your mom will start doing that here before long.
It's funny. I always get my father gives me. I see pennies all the time, and I say they're from him. And I even smell cigarette smoke. So I always joke with my mother and my father's with me.
Yeah, sure he is.
Can you ask him to take me? I said, I'm asking.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good luck with all of that. If you want to copy my book, just go to AskJulieRyan.com and click on the Ask Julie button and say, you called into the show and I'd love to send you a free digital and audiobook download. So just go on the website and ask for one. We'll send you one. And hopefully it'll help you get through all of this. Look for little miracles along the way because they'll be plentiful.
Definitely.
Okay. Thanks, Patty. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. All righty, everybody. That's it for this week. Thanks so much to everybody that called in. Thanks for listening. Everything you need is at AskJulieRyan.com. Sending you lots of love. Sweet home, Alabama. Mwah. Bye, everybody.
Thanks for joining us. Be sure to follow Julie on Instagram and YouTube at Ask Julie Ryan and like her on Facebook at Ask Julie Ryan. To schedule an appointment or submit a question, please visit AskJulieRyan.com.
This show is for informational purposes only. It is not intended to be medical, psychological, financial, or legal advice. Please contact a licensed professional. The Ask Julie Ryan Show, Julie Ryan and all parties involved in producing, recording, and distributing it assume no responsibility for listeners' actions based on any information heard on this or any Ask Julie Ryan shows or podcasts.